Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to Past the Six. I am your host, JB, and joining me this week, he's back, y'all. Tokyo Swift, what's good?
What up? What up?
What's good, man? Yo, for y'all watching, appreciate the love and support. Wave might join it towards the end of the show. As he said last week, he does coach girls flag football, and they're playing in the first ever championship.
Nice.
So shout out to him. Hope the game is going well, and like I said, he might join the show if he can in time. But Tokyo Swift gonna hold it down, man. What's going on with you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's good, man? We chilling out here, man. What's going on over there?
Good, man. Good. Yo, as always, we split the show into 4 parts. We start out what games we're currently playing. Then from there, we're going to this week in game and talk about some games that dropped throughout this week in history. Then from there, we're getting into some industry news topic, which today we will do the state of the industry, where we give our thoughts on where gaming currently is. And then at the end, we'll end it with the spin wheel. One gotta go, game trivias, all types of stuff in there, man. Yo, so Tokyo Swift, with that said, what games you currently playing, bro?
Well, I'm still playing another Crab's Treasure. I feel like I'm getting towards the end of that game, and it's getting pretty wild at the end. I'm like, no spoilers, obviously, but it's it's like I definitely didn't see the story taking that kind of turn. It's been a pretty good game. Like so far, I've been getting a bunch of more knocking down a bunch of more bosses and stuff like that. It's actually pretty cool because it's funny because you get achievement every time you beat a boss, and then I noticed that like the first boss, like 30% people achieve this. The second boss, maybe 20%, and this has been going down, steadily down. Like the last boss I beat, it's like, yeah, about 4% of the players beat this. I'm like, okay, I'm in uncharted territory right now. So yeah, so it's either people got stuck somewhere or they get gave up or something like that. I mean, it's a good game, man. Like it's fun, it's challenging. Like it's definitely like a Soulsborne game. Like definitely give it a try. You haven't, it's on Game Pass. Shout out the Game Pass. And then I've also been playing MLB The Show. Still on that. I'm now, I think I'm on my 4th season now. Yeah, I'm in the 2027 season right now. And it's like I'm kind of mad. I'm still mad about it because I was in NLCS in Game 7, and then the game decided that hey, the Dodgers need to win. So so I'm like, okay, I'm batting. I got a triple. Cool. We don't score. All right, whatever. Like the next time my bat come up, we down 4-0. Okay, it's still doable. Next time I come up, we down 8-0.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. The next time I come up, we down 13-0. I'm like, okay.
Damn.
He's like, okay. It's clear that the game does not want me to win this game. I guess it's better luck next year. I guess.
Right.
So, yeah, man. So it's like, so I'm still a little bit mad about that. But I mean, but I guess we gonna have to come back harder like this year. I guess. Well, actually not this year because it's 2027. So,
yeah. So I did download another Crab's Treasure. I have not had a chance to get into it. I'm still playing MLB The Show 24. We are right now in like September, wrapping up the regular season. We are going to the playoffs, so we'll see. I think we're going to end up drawing Toronto in the DS. So we'll see how that go, man. Like you just said, like MLB The Show, no matter how good you do at times, it's still a team game. So it's like you can't really control it. It kind of sucks, like in the moment, but like
It does. It really does. I'm mad. Like we were, like I said, like we forced get game 7, and we was like it had to go 5 for 5, like with
Right.
2 home runs, like to go to force that game 7. So I like the game completely took that choice out of my hands, for to get to the World Series, man. But it is what it is, man. Like we're gonna try again next year.
Word. And the last game I played this week obviously came out today. That's Hellblade 2. I jumped into it a little bit. So far I'm enjoying it. I've read some of the reviews on it. I'll be able to give a much fresher take on it next week. From what I heard, the game was like 6 to 8 hours. It is on Game Pass. So if y'all out there at Game Pass, go check it out. Looking forward to diving into that game just because I've been waiting for 4 years. So far, the graphics are amazing. Game runs smooth, and it's a story-based game. So so far I like what they did in the beginning, because you could kind of jump into the game whether you played the first one or even if you didn't. They kind of do a good job of bringing it up to speed, which some games don't do. So that's a good point. Let's get to this chat, and then we'll get into this week in gaming. Christian said, "Good evening, everyone, and good luck, Wave." Again, if you're just joining us, Wave is right now currently coaching his flag team in the championship. So much wishes to him. He might join us towards the end of the game. We'll see. But Jess also said hi. Vix James is good. He said hi with the hand. Gamer Live looks said, "What's good, Jay?" And Wave is running out of PTO, man. I'm gonna have to raid him up. Yo,
get first verbal warning now.
Right. Vic James said, "I was considering getting the show for the Switch, but heard the graphics take a dive."
Oh yeah, don't do that. Like
Right.
you might as well play it on Super Nintendo, man. Like
yeah. Gamer Live looks says, "Started playing X Defiant and is decent. Definitely a mixture of Apex and Call of Duty. Some cool things. They use POIs of different Ubisoft games like The Division, Far Cry, and Ghost Recon. I have not checked it out yet. Did you have a chance to play X Defiant? Is that something you will play?"
No, I haven't checked it out. Like it's I've been kind of on a slow, like getting more games like that. But yeah, I'm definitely going to try to get into some more stuff, and like I need to get back into the shooters anyway. Like I've been slacking on the shooters.
Yeah, I mean, X Defiant got a lot to ride on now because of the fact that they reportedly canceled the Division Heartland. So
that's wild.
Yeah,
that's wild.
So if that's the case, then this can't bomb. It can't be like a Rainbow Six Extraction where that just tanked within like the first few months. So we'll definitely keep our eye on that, man. All right, yo, let's jump into this week in gaming, where we briefly look back on games that dropped throughout this week in history. And Tokyo Swift, man, we kicked this one off with a game that I did not remember. I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like I did not remember this game. And the wild part is I actually have this game. I bought it in a bulk pickup of games for the PlayStation 1, and I'm talking about Skeleton Warriors, which dropped May 22nd, 1996. I'm gonna kick this one off with you, Tokyo. So have you played this game? If not, what's your thoughts on it? Just in terms of the research.
No, I haven't played it, man. But from looking at it, like it's clearly like one of the Castlevania, like in the Metroidvania, games, like and that's cool because it's definitely like that's like a style that, as we see, I mean, obviously this came out like almost 30 years ago, but as we see, it's a style that's never going out of style, you know, like there's still games like in the same genre still coming out and still doing very well. So I mean, so that part is looking good, and it's actually like, especially for PS1 graphics, this is actually not looking that bad, because PS1 graphics, like as we all know, like, and it's well documented on the show, are well dated. So like
right.
Yeah, so I mean, so this one actually is not that bad. Like so that's pretty cool. I mean, it is a 2D platformer though, so I mean, I guess just like take that with a grain of salt. But I mean, but it's pretty cool. Like, and I was like looking it up, like doing research and stuff like that. There's actually an anime, like
really
on this as well. Yeah, like there's an anime on this. So I mean, like so I was like, yeah, like so I guess so like there's there's some lore behind it. I mean, it's like that, like man, like I don't know where, like, because honestly I didn't watch the anime, but I just saw it, because like that's literally when you look this up, this literally that's the first thing that comes up is the anime.
Okay,
so like
I saw that.
So I mean, that's cool. I mean, I'm guessing this one of like, I'm now it's kind of like what came first, the game or the anime,
Right.
and like if the anime came first, like the story like is going to be lit, but it's like yeah, I mean, like it's a cool game, like it's definitely like ahead of its time, like in terms of like a PlayStation 1 graphics.
Definitely.
That's for sure.
Definitely. So I agree, man. Like, I think this game actually looks very well especially for PlayStation 1, especially for within the first year of PlayStation. You know what I mean? It came out in 95. So, like, the fact that this game looks that good.
Yeah.
Neversource has done good work. For those who don't know, Tony Hawk games, right? The Spider-Man game. The one for that came out in 2000, they were behind that. So I'm not really surprised that it looked good. The one thing that I will say that's kind of funny is, like, if this game looked good, it's a 2D platformer, and we get that, why didn't Mortal Kombat Mythologies and Special Forces look this good? The fact that they both came out after. So, like, I know a lot of times we get on, like, you know what I mean, PlayStation 1 games, especially Special Forces, because that came out on the Dreamcast, and that had time to actually like look good. Because I think like the way they got the little like the fire when they die, and the monsters they're fighting, it's like I could see how this in like the MK realm could have been good. Not so much Mythologies, but more especially Special Forces. Like, kind of had no excuse.
I think it was like, especially with the methodologies, like I think it's like it's the fact that they were still doing the like the live action capture system, and like it worked for the fighting games, but it doesn't work for like slide scrolling platform games. Like, and that's why like when they went like when they did like a story mode in Deception, they got away from that and just went like fully like 3D rendered it, and it was much better for that. And same thing with Shaolin monks, like like you gotta get away from that style. I mean, but to be honest, like to be fair, I still like Mortal Kombat Mythologies though. Like I kind of wish they do another one. I mean, obviously do it a lot better, but I still wish they do another one.
Devontae said, "What's good, y'all? What's good? What's good?"
Yup.
Christian said, "Damn, almost 30 years ago, 1996."
Right. It's crazy, man. Yeah.
Glenn Form was good. Pops, he said, "I bet this game on the 2D. I beat this game on the 2D platform. Was good, fellas."
Oh, word. Okay, that's what's up.
All right, yo. The next game we get into is a game that I didn't know was controversial, but I guess it's become controversial, and like the community is like divided on it. Obviously, we know GoldenEye's beloved, but today we're talking about its successor. We're talking about Perfect Dark, which dropped May 22nd, 2000. Obviously, this is Rare. This is when Rare was they was putting in work between GoldenEye and Banjo and Conker's Bad Fur Day, and then Perfect Dark. Like, Rare couldn't be touched at this time.
They snapped.
Obviously, this was supposed to be the successor to GoldenEye, but they didn't want to get tied up with the MGM when it came to the James Bond licensing. So they kind of went off and made a successor to GoldenEye, just with a more generic type spy. I think the game still looks good for the 64, especially. I think it held up very well. Like, a lot of, like, I'm not gonna say a lot, but some 64 games, they still look good. This one definitely does. I don't like this game more than GoldenEye. I've seen that going around, that this game is basically a lot better than GoldenEye. I don't know if for me it's just a James Bond thing that I was into, or just the time of playing it co-op back in the day. But I do like this game. I know there's a lot of people who either love it or they can't stand it. I'm definitely more in the middle. I actually like this game and GoldenEye. I really got nothing bad to say about this game. This is a legendary game in my book, and when people say it's a classic, I don't really argue it. What's your thoughts on Perfect Dark?
Well, I got something bad to say about this game. I'm like to be honest, To be honest, it's like you're saying, it's like it's supposed to be like a successor to GoldenEye. It is GoldenEye. Like
Yeah.
it's literally GoldenEye with without the GoldenEye characters. Like I forget the name of the map because they had a multiplayer too. I forget the name of the map, but it was a complete 1-to-1 recreation of the complex map
Yep.
on GoldenEye. Like, cause I got to the point where cause like I was playing at that time, I was playing GoldenEye like religiously, and I remember playing it, and I was like, wait, why do I know where to go on this map,
Right.
even though I've never played this game before? I'm
Yep.
like, wait, hold on. This is the I'm like, so I was like, wait, hold on. Like, so they just copied and pasted. Like they was like, yo, they copied the homework. And for me, it's like I mean, I get it, like it's cool, but it's like I said, it is GoldenEye. I mean, and if I don't want to play a game like GoldenEye, I'll just play
GoldenEye.
GoldenEye. So yeah, so I mean, it's like, and especially because it came out literally right afterwards. So it's like it made it more even. Like if they waited like maybe like 5-6 years and they came out and it's kind of like GoldenEye, but not really. Okay, cool. But it was like, I think it was like
3 years.
what, like yeah, like three years later.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's like, come on, man. Like it's like I can still remember the game. I still had the game at the time.
Right.
Like, so it's like, yeah. So I mean, it's cool. Like I understand why people I get. I mean, because it is a good game, but it's a good game because it is GoldenEye. So I mean,
yeah, like it definitely runs smoother than GoldenEye, and I think that's the point, right? As technology went on, they kind of perfected it. I do think I am curious if we could like rewrite history, and they did use the MGM license, and this was GoldenEye like 2 or whatever, like how like if it would have been perceived better, because like I said, the GoldenEye fan base, they are some who like both, but some are like, nah, get Perfect Dark out of here. You know what I mean? Because like they can't use the same lingo, like License to Kill, all the movie references they can't use. But then you got Perfect Dark fans who probably played that game first, right? And they were like, yo, like this game is superior to GoldenEye. It runs better than GoldenEye, like plays smoother. And I'm like, I'm in the middle because, like I said, I do like this game for what it is, but it's in my opinion, is not better than GoldenEye. But again, I'm a James Bond fan, so like I can see why I would say that. But yeah,
that's the thing. I'm like, because like honestly, like it's not that I'm like, oh, I'm a GoldenEye fan, blah blah. GoldenEye is superior, blah. Because to be honest, GoldenEye does not hold up for me. Like I tried to play it. I tried to play it. Like I remember a couple years ago, and I was like, yo, this is what I spent all my time playing. Like it's like
the aim system's horrible. Yeah,
it does not hold up like at all. Like, and it's like so. I mean, it wasn't like, honestly, I think that I can probably name at least 2 or 3 other James Bond games that are better than GoldenEye. Like,
I agree.
Nightfire in particular, like when it came out with GameCube and Quantum Solace, like it was they were better games. But I get it, the nostalgia. Oh, everybody's playing GoldenEye like on the 64 with 4 controllers. They eating piece of bagels or whatever. Stuff like that, burning the roof of their mouth off, and then. I get the nostalgia because you remember where you were doing stuff like that, but that with the nostalgia doesn't make it a good game. Like it's still a fun game, but it's not a good game.
Right. I completely agree, man. Like I also think, just to wrap this one up, I think that part of it is partially the 64 by 2000 was wrapping up his life. This was the last good year of the 64. In November of 2000, you had No Mercy, you had Banjo-Tooie, Pokemon Stadium 2, I believe, dropped May 30th that year. So like you had some big games, but this was like the last go out. And I do agree, they kind of wanted, with the success of GoldenEye, which there's no way they could have expected it to go that crazy and take the world by storm. They wanted to put something out. But at that point, MGM, they knew what was up, so that licensing fee just went way up.
Oh yeah, of course.
But I definitely agree. Let's see if the chat is saying no. Jess said, I know it's 2024, but it still hurts that 2000 was 24 years ago.
Word.
Vic said, It was okay, but I wasn't impressed personally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair.
Gamer Live Look said, I hated this damn game. It was straight cheeks, fake ass GoldenEye game. Yo, I mean, yeah,
Valid.
like you said, complex stack, the library on top of it, like it literally
It was a one for one recreation. A
right.
1-for-1.
Christian said, ain't gonna lie, Perfect Dark was fantastic. Fixed a lot of issues from GoldenEye. I do like Perfect Dark more than GoldenEye, but it's all style preference. I get that. Like I'm in the middle. Like GoldenEye is always like I said, GoldenEye. Not for, the only one I didn't like was what Tomorrow Never Dies on the PS1. I didn't like that one, but majority of the James Bond games I did like just off the James Bond itself. So I definitely feel that though, because it definitely like the game still runs smooth on the 64. Christian said, let's be real though, it's no Duke Nukem. Fair. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that is fair. But all right, yo, let's jump to the next game. Yo, the next game we talking about Tokyo Swift is Wii Fit, man. Yo, I'm gonna let you kick this one off because I know obviously you were probably the first person I know who had the Wii, and you were one of the few people I know who had the Wii Fit. Like I know it sold crazy amount of copies, but not a lot. I do have some experience with it later on after it was like everywhere. But what's your thoughts on Wii Fit?
Yo, the Wii Fit was fire, man. Like it was so great, and like I'm thinking about getting it again because it's like it basically it was Nintendo's effort. It was like, hey, look, I know we've been making all these video games and having y'all sit inside and just play this and get fat and stuff like that. Like, look, do some exercise, man.
Right.
So it's like and the exercise sizes were good. I mean, like they were cool. I mean, obviously you're not going to be like looking like The Rock or nothing like that. But I mean, like they were good exercises, like the keep you moving, keep you fit, you know, and stuff like that. And like that, like honestly, this was my introduction to yoga. So it's like okay, cool, like this is working. I like this. So I mean, it's cool. Like I like the fact that Nintendo does like try new things.
Yep.
And like and it, like this, like I would like to see them try to do something like this again. Yeah, because I mean, it was definitely. I like to consider this a continuation of Wii Sports.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it was just like, okay, look, hey, you can train here, like exercise, get in shape here, and then go over to Wii Sports and you know, and now you can put that, yeah, now you can play the sport. Yeah. So it was like, so yeah, I mean, like it was cool. I mean, it wasn't, obviously it's not a game. It's a game, but it's not a game. I mean, you just do it like, you know, just as like to try to keep yourself in shape. But I mean, and then also, like I said, like, yeah, like because your me character, like those stats did carry over.
Yeah.
Like and your health stats and your physical stats did matter in Wii Sports. Like so that it was pretty cool. I mean, like I liked it and I enjoyed it, and plus, like we got a really good Smash character out of it because the Wii Fit trainer was in Smash and Smash Brawl. So
absolutely,
it's a win for me.
Yeah, yo, the Wii Fit is interesting because like sometimes I'll go to estate sales, like just looking for video games, right? Because sometimes you'd be surprised how many video games you could find at estate sales. And it's funny because there's always a Wii Sports, in the Wii Fit board, right? Luckily I still have a Wii Fit board at the house, so like I don't need it. But no, even if the person was like who owned the estate was like 90, 80, 70, it's always a Wii Fit. It was a great way to stay active. Like you said, it exposed a lot of people to yoga. It exposed a lot of people who just to get active, you know what I mean? Like the Wii was it was perfect. And like you said, the thing I think about most to piggyback off your statement is Nintendo is not afraid to be innovative, you know what I mean? Because sometimes it backfires, right? Like the Mario Kart wheel, but sometimes it goes great, you know what I mean? I'm surprised they didn't try to do anything like this on the Switch. If they did, I didn't see it, but I'm surprised they didn't. Yeah, like I know they've done some stuff with the Nike trainer. They try to copy Xbox, but I think that was that the Wii U.
No, yeah, I think the Nike Trainer was on the Xbox 360,
Oh, so what? I'm sorry.
but
Yeah, right.
yeah, like it was an Xbox 360, like which also was fire by other way.
Yeah,
Like that, like now that game was better. I give it because it was like it wasn't like as cartoony as the Wii Fit was.
yep,
So it was like they was giving you like you actually could do like a whole personal training and like exercise because they gave you tests
yeah,
and the game watches you through the Connect.
yeah.
So like yeah, so like so it measures like your vertical, like how fast you can run, like stuff like that, like things like because like that's how I realized that like back then I had a 20-inch vertical jump. I'm like, oh shit, look at that! Like I mean I'm halfway to Vince Carter.
Right,
Nice.
right. I see the chat saying. Christian said, "Fun way to stay active." That's a good point. Yeah, between that and like Tokyo Swiss said, play that and then jump over to Wii Sports and it's game time. Like Game of Life. Let's say only thing I know about Wii Fit is Wii fitting a whole pizza in my stomach.
Hey yo,
Just said I love Wii Fit and I would go to a Wii Fit gym. That's hilarious. Like, but they had a lot of stuff. They had push-ups, they had yoga, they had the boxing, they had I think they had kickboxing too, technically, right? When you kick the bag, you step off, kick the bag.
They had
aerobics,
aerobics is like the free step and like and all that. Like it was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, but let's jump to the next game. The next game we're talking about is a game that I personally love, and that's Alan Wake, which dropped May 18, 2010. Now we did get a sequel late last year. I'm gonna be honest, I have not had a chance to fully dive into that yet. But I was a big fan of the Alan Wake franchise. Well, the first game at least. What's your thoughts on Alan Wake?
Alan Wake is pretty cool. It's one of those like really cool games that you feel like not enough people know about. But then with the people that do not know about it, they're super fans.
Yeah.
So that right there gives you the like all the things you need to know is like, okay, like this is a good game, stuff like that. And like you said, like the sequel did it come out like last year, and it was actually confirmed that like a lot of people didn't know that this actually takes place. This game takes place in the same universe as that game Control.
I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah. So they're in the same universe because like Control, like they had a bunch of Easter eggs for Alan Wake. So it was basically like teasing the events, like it was basically teasing Alan Wake 2 before it even came out. So cool. It's a pretty cool game. Like I said, the people who like it love it. And then that's always a good sign, I think, for a fan base. Like it's like if the fan base is like okay, we love it and it can do no wrong, blah blah. Yeah, that can get a little annoying sometimes, but at the same time, it's like that's how you know that the game is succeeding at what it's trying to do. Not that it's necessarily an amazing game, but hey, we want to do X, Y, Z, and we did X, Y, and Z. And the fans that appreciate X, Y, Z love X, Y, Z. So I mean, it's all good for me. I'm like, yeah, I definitely need to play the second. I haven't played the second game.
Same.
Because honestly, I'm still dragging my feet on it because on playing Control. I kind of want to play Control first and then hop in that game.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know that about the Control thing. I think that's super dope how they did that. Again, it's the small things that can that makes video games. You know what I mean? Like it's easy to try to make the best graphics and stuff, but at the same time, like stuff like that where a gamer can pick up on it, it's like that's a big deal. You know what I mean? Like I remember, like just a side note, I remember when we first played the demo for Back 4 Blood. And we was trying to pick up on stuff that obviously between that and Left 4 Dead, just stuff like that. Like it's always cool to see. But as for this game, yeah, I love this game. I remember when they said there wasn't going to be an Alan Wake 2 and everybody got mad. And then like years later, they went back and actually made it. So I am still looking forward to playing the game. It's just, like the backlog of games that I got to play right now because Control's on that too. Yeah. So yeah, but all right, yo, let's jump into the next game. I'm sorry, that's all we got for this week in gaming. Let's jump into topics. And first thing we kicking up is College Football 25 is officially announced. We have a release date of July 19th. Real quick, I'm going to just run through the trailer and then I'll get your thought and we'll talk about some of the facts. So
let's do it.
Let's check out the trailer.
Finally, it is here. You can take all that just another game stuff and throw it out. The eyes of the nation are on this field today, and that's what these players live for.
All right, so that was a trailer. What's your thoughts on that?
First and foremost, I want to say that "Welcome to the Jungle" is one of the most overused songs for video game trailers. Like, so like I'm so tired of that song because of that. But in terms of the game, like the game looks good. Well, at least I think it looks good because these are just cinematics. You know, I mean,
they said it's all
or very scripted. Yeah, it's all an engine, which is cool, but it's still very scripted. I'm like, give me actual gameplay. Let me see you like run a play, you know, like like stuff like that. That's what I want to see, like and especially because it's what we're like about a month and a half away from there. Like it's I kind of want to see some some actual gameplay. Like show me the playbooks. Show me like you know, like okay, how receivers run their routes and things like that nature. Like that's kind of things that I want to see right now in the trailer this close to the game. But college football coming back, like it's super cool. Like I think college football, like as a game, like the NCAA games, stuff like that, they were very good. I kind of like them better than the Madden games because they feel like they were more ambitious, and they were bringing out things that Madden is just now bringing out, like the fact that like with the home field, the true home field event and stuff like that, where it's like, oh hey, like the crowd is really noisy, like receivers can't hear audibles and stuff like that, like that's always been a super cool feature, and it's a real for like a feature. So I definitely want to see more of this game. Honestly, like I'm not even thinking about getting until I see some gameplay, because I mean, yeah, it's college football and it looks cool like that, but it's still a EA. It's still EA, and I don't trust them enough to take them at face value. I need to see some gameplay before I even come close to like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna download this game.
That is more than fair. I just now got up on the screen just some facts on it. My thoughts on the trailer, I completely agree. Obviously, what they wanted to go for was show that they captured the college traditions. Play like a champion, tap the sign. The Florida, they go down there and they touch the bronze gator. They got all the celebrations. I ain't gonna lie, you throw a pick six and they on the sideline with the championship belt, or they on the sideline and they dunk in the football into a hoop. I was like,
you gotta fight.
Yeah,
you gotta fight.
Like, I mean, I do like that. And then obviously the 12th man out in Oklahoma. I believe it. That's all cool. I do agree with you on the in terms of the home field advantage stuff and how Madden. Now, I will say they are saying that it's going to be a faster pace than Madden. Obviously, college football is a very fast pace, so I am looking forward to seeing what they do from that standpoint. The wear and tear system, they say it's new, so obviously you're gonna have to monitor, players getting hurt and tired. And Madden usually just turn that off, but
I'm just turning it off. Like,
they redid that.
Turn it off.
I don't think you can in this game. I will say that I don't think you can in this game. I think you're actually gonna have to coach, is what they're saying.
I guess. I mean, like I like, especially like because like with college kids stuff like that. I mean, like they like they're getting paid now, but just barely. Right. I don't know how I feel about that. Like it's like, I'm gonna just turn them off. Like it's like they're gonna need to turn that off. Because it's like, I'm not. It's like, because like usually, because I mean, like in the NFL, somebody get hurt there, like they rehab and they can come back, stuff like that. College kids, they tear ACL. They work at McDonald's, man, because they losing their scholarship, So I like it's a little bit for me, man.
One of the things I will say I guess college football now, but the NCAA games always did was their presentation was always elite. And what they're doing with this game is, I believe there's actually 3. It's going around that there's 2, but I've heard that there's 3 broadcast teams that will call different games. Like they have a team that will call high profile matchups, Alabama versus Georgia, right? And then they got one that calls like some of the mid-level, I believe you could select it. I'm sure you can, but there's going to have different scoreboards for different types of games, which again, it's the small things, right? We've seen that
That's cool,
before. But again, they're trying to make, and again, why that hasn't been in Madden yet, that's a whole other thing.
Because they don't care enough. Like, because they do that in the show. They do that in the show. Like, whereas like for different different games or series, like there's different scoreboards, stuff like that. Like, and I know like in the minors, you get different commentators versus like in the majors and stuff like that. So I mean, like like it's good. It's better that way, because that way it makes the game less repetitive. Yeah. So it's like, because like I said, like I've been playing like the show, like I'm in like my 4th season right now. I've heard just about all the dialogue I like that they got in the game already. So it's the same thing over and over and over again. So I mean, it's cool. Like you get a fresh take. Oh well, these guys are calling this game. These guys are calling that game, so like that. So it's still fresh, and it makes it seem more important. Like, okay, look, this is a big game, so they got the big time commentators like calling it. So like, so which makes sense. Yeah.
Absolutely. One of the things I will say, to answer Christian's question, yes, you will be able to import the files into Madden. That was always a thing, right? Being able to play that. Nice. Another thing is crossplay is enabled for a majority of the game modes. They said majority, which makes me think possibly the Dynasty, the online Dynasty may not be compatible, but they do have a thing that's called Road to the College Football Playoffs, which is kind of like it's kind of like a March simulated
October, right?
Yeah, basically, it's like a lot like March to October if you play the show. And what that is going to be is more like you're going to basically play a few games, get your seeding, and then play the playoffs. That is cross-play. As of course, play now and being able to play online, that's cross-play as well. Road to Glory is back. Obviously, that was the thing, start out as a high school student, you play through your high school playoffs, then you go on. Basically, that's like the road to the show. We've seen that. But yeah, man, a lot of people are very hyped for this game, and I get it.
As it should be.
They wanted it for literally 10 years, and now it's back. So I think it's cool to see. Yeah, man. So the next thing we're going to talk about is actually, I'm sorry, let me get to the chat real quick because they just popped in. Just said exciting. I'm not much of a sports game person, but I think it's clear they listen to what the community wants out of the game. I think it'll be great for those who are going to play. Yeah, because like Madden, people got tired of Madden, and the cool thing about NCAA at the time, it was always a different different game. It was a faster pace.
Yeah.
They had a lot more stuff in it that Madden didn't have. And for those who are wondering, there is a bundle, $150. You get both games, the deluxe version of both games.
Yeah, okay.
It's technically a deal, because both deluxe versions are $100 a piece. So obviously knock 50 off, and there you go. Personally, I say just buy the standard versions unless you play the Ultimate Team thing. But hey,
which I don't.
Same.
Yeah.
Christian said, "I'm so ready." They do lose points for using that garbage ass Guns N' Roses song in the trailer. This game is definitely a buy. Yeah, welcome to the jungle. It's done to death.
It's like, fam, it's like you would think that's the only game, that's the only song that video games can use. Like,
right.
like it's like, yo, I lost count how many times they use that song for for video game trailers. Like, we get it. We get it.
The last thing I'll mention though that I thought was cool, I believe it was Jesse Palmer, who calls games in real life. He said that they've been working on recording lines and dialogue for this for 2.5 years. Nice. So I think that's cool that they've literally they took their time on it. They probably could have rushed this game out last year, but instead they decided to make a true next gen game. This is not available on last gen. It is just for PS5 and Series X, which I think is the way to go. I think it's time to kind of distance and leave them.
Yeah, it's time to cut the cord.
Yeah. So we'll see. Byron Hurd popped in. What's good, bro? Hope all's well. He said, pretty sure they are. Yeah. But yeah, man. So let's jump into the next thing we talk about, and that is our state of the industry, man. I feel like what I wanted to do with this specifically, because I feel like a lot of times we'll have news on this game, that game that got delayed, this person, that person got fired, this company's letting go thousands of people. And I feel like I've been seeing a lot of people say that video game industry, this was supposed to be the year, right? This is supposed to be so many new games out. PlayStation was going to take that jump after, they're changing leadership. Microsoft promised that they was going to put out all these games. We just got Hellblade 2 after 3 years. We'll see how that goes in terms of reception. Starfield didn't do as well last year. So I'm very curious, just your thoughts on, like, in terms of the industry, do you feel like it's cooling down? Do you think it's not where it should be, or do you think it's going fine?
I think I said that at the end of the show last week, but I'm like, yeah, but I still like, and I thought about it for a while. I was like, yeah, and I do agree with myself. Yeah, I think the video games is entering a state of a dark age, kind of like, and people will hear that and like, oh, well, you think games are trash right now, blah blah. No, on the contrary, games are still some games are still good,
right?
But like, there are a lot of times where games come out and they're just absolute garbage. Like, I don't think the rate of garbage games we get now are much higher than they were in the 80s and 90s, which I consider like the golden age of gaming. They were much higher. It's more common to get a trash game right out of the box than anything. I mean, I look at games like City Skylines 2, like a dumpster fire of a release. Look at games like the day before.
Yeah,
that game was so like overhyped, and then when it came out, like the studio shut down within like a week of the release. Like, so that game is dead. Like that game is completely dead now. Like, and then like look at, because I keep saying it over and over again, the best and worst thing that ever happened to video games was the internet. And because you can get DLC and you can get added bonuses and content for your game, stuff like that, which is cool. Like, same like a Grand Theft Auto, like the way they kept continuously updating the game. It's not like they just like let you sit there with GTA 5 for like 30 years. Like, they were giving you like updates here. Like, here's now you can play this heist, you can play that heist. Here's the online platform and stuff like that. Multiplayer and stuff like that is so great. But at the same time, online multiplayer kill couch co-ops.
Yeah.
Like and then at the same time, people like DLCs and patches, stuff like that, killed the the need to put out a polished game. Like developers are no longer waiting to like, okay, this game has to be perfect before we put it out. They're like, well, screw it, let's put it out now, and then we'll just patch it later. And then have the nerve to be mad at fans for being mad that the game is unplayable at the time. Oh, you guys need to be patient, blah blah. I paid money for this already.
Right.
Like I paid money for this. Like you said it was going to come out on this day. You dropped it on this day in complete shambles, you know? So it's like it gets to the point now, it's like, yeah, like they don't feel the need to like, okay, I need to make sure this is great. So like they'll just put it out, just rush it to market, rush it. And then there's be garbage. It's like, oh, don't worry, we'll patch it. Like a lot of things like No Man's Sky comes to mind. Like when it first came out, it was a mess. And now it's a lot better, but it shouldn't have to come to that. Whereas like, okay, we need a few more years like to make it a playable game. So Cyberpunk is like that as well now. So it's like, yeah, I mean, it's like it's like I feel like, and then especially now we're like now developers are making it so like they are more clear as like, hey, you don't own your games, and like get used to paying much more money for games that you don't own, and we can take them away at any time and stuff like that. And it's like it's like for me, like what I see, like it is going downhill. Like there still are great games that come out, but that doesn't stop the industry from just being bad, like in general, in my opinion.
Yeah, so you touched upon a lot of great things. One thing I do want to add, though, just so people don't get it construed, we're talking about like from a quality standpoint, because technically the industry is making more money than ever, right? Even though they're laying people off left and right, even though they're putting out these half-baked games that they quote unquote are ballooning the budget on, you know what I mean? Yeah. But yet they're making more money than ever. Like we see the Switch is a powerhouse, still selling like millions and millions of Switches, and like I feel like everybody I know got 3 of them. So like, but yet they're still selling. So we're not talking about from a money standpoint. Take-Two making more money than ever. Madden, 2K, they're still generating. Microsoft purchased Bethesda, they purchased Activision, all that. So obviously we know the money's still flowing. But I do agree. I think from a quality standpoint, it's easy to pick on Call of Duty, right? The time frame for Grand Theft Auto, Madden. We talk about that all the time. But you touched upon it with games like No Man's Sky. And like there's so many. I feel like back in the day, the 360 era, the PS3 era, even the Xbox One, the PS4, games came out. You went, you bought the disc, or you loaded it, and you at least got a 95% polished game. Towards the end of the PS4, Xbox, that's when we started getting like the BS of like, oh yeah, well, we'll put out a patch. I feel like now every game has a day one patch that got to fix something. Like the debacle of Payday 3, which is crazy, like absolutely crazy that they even put that game out. You could also say that about Cyberpunk. You could say that about Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Like that game took a year to be playable, and now we got so accustomed to going back and being like, oh yeah, this game is good now, and it's like, yeah, but those who bought it, that's not good. You know what I mean? Like I'm lucky I played it on Game Pass when it was fine, which is why they took forever to put it on Game Pass. Like there are some bright spots. Game Pass is a bright spot. You had Spider-Man 2, God of War. Like you said, there are games out that are good. We talk about them every week on the show, but I think one of the biggest problems is, aside from the industry stuff like the multiple sexual assaults, things that are coming out, people committed suicide because they were being worked to death, people were getting their PTO stripped away. There's tons of stuff on the negative side. But in terms of the quality, I completely agree, man. I think like this is actually more dire than people are willing to admit. I know a lot of people, they only talk about the positive standpoints, but I'm like, how many games a year do you think is actually worth the $70 that they charge on the price tag?
I like honestly, like if I had to get like throw out a number, I'd say maybe half, and that's probably generous because obviously I don't play 100% of the games that come out every year, but yeah, like at least like maybe half at the max, because like I said, everything is coming out like a buggy mess, like or hey, we said we're gonna have these features, but we don't have these features right now. But we'll like don't worry, we'll get them to you later. You know,
Right.
like it's like I mean, it's like obviously like people like, oh well, you respect the perfection, blah blah stuff like that. Like back in like the era of like the cartridges and like and before like the internet stuff like that, you had to put out perfect games.
You had to get it right.
Because
Yeah.
if you didn't put out a perfect game, you're done. Like you're like there's no patch for that. Like you just go straight into the garbage and
Yep.
never to be heard of again. So yeah, like so you had to be like things like the Ocarina of Time. It was a perfect game.
Yep.
Or like yeah, things like that. You need to get it right. Like so, like I feel like I said, like I feel like now it's because they have more leeway now because like, oh hey, this isn't a great game, blah blah, but we can make it great later on. You know, so, like we can make it great. So don't worry about it now. Just get it out there and stuff like that, and then keep charging people or extra money for DLCs and stuff like that. And like oh hey, you like this DLC is gonna make the game great. You better pay for that. And then just sooner or later you're paying like way more money than than the initial like $60 some dollars that or $70 now that you paid. That you pay for the game. So I'm like, just to get a working game. So it's like
absolutely. And like one of my biggest problems that I see with gaming, just from a money standpoint, is like how much these games actually cost. Like you touched upon the true cost. Like there's people out there, parents, they'll see a game. Like I'm trying to think of hell, you could even like how many times have you seen a game in the store, Xbox, PlayStation, whatever? The game will be listed at $29.99 or whatever. And you're like, oh, that's a brand new game for $30. That's cool. Then you look next to it, they got the same game for $70, but it's the deluxe version. And and you can't really play that game to its full standpoint unless you have that. But then you buy the deluxe version, and the first thing you see is all these packs that you got to buy to really be able to play. And if you're a parent who don't know nothing about the game, now you got your kid coming back like, hey, I know we just spent $70, but I need this and this to be able to get my character, because you can't even like quote unquote grind your way to being good in the game. Like you got to spend money.
They've taken that out of a lot of games. Like that's why I started playing like those 2K games, like NBA 2K games, because it's basically like they just want you to like to pay for like for the VC, and it's like, oh you want to pay for the VC? Okay, you can grind your way up there. It's gonna take you about like 6 or 7 seasons, right? But yeah, you can get to 99 or something like that, and it's like and it's wild like that like it's like the fact that it's basically is microtransactions. Like it's like, and I've always been like of the belief that microtransactions are the fault of the player and not the company, because if nobody paid for the microtransactions, there wouldn't be any. So there's clearly a market for the microtransactions. So I mean, obviously that's companies leaving money on the table that gamers are willing to spend. Like my problem is that the fact that when you want to be good at the game, especially like say like back to 2K, like you can take your creative player and then go play in the park against other people who creative players. But if I pay for all the VC and I'm like level 99 maxed out stats on day one, and you just got the regular game and you ain't paid for it, you starting off at like level 65,
right?
I'm dropping 30 on you. Like
you're gonna brag, you're gonna brag, and you're gonna be like,
It doesn't matter how good you are in the game or how bad I am in the game. If my stats are better than yours, like then I'm going to wash you. And and the fact that I paid for those stats, like it's whack. Like it's corny. And like it takes away like the true spirit of the game. And it's like, you earn your way. Like it's like. Because I remember like there's the memes like, oh, back in the 80s and 90s, like, oh, if you wanted like this secret character, you had to grind, you had to beat the game, stuff like that. Now you want a secret character, you got to pre-order at GameStop, or or you got to pay like a little bit extra for the deluxe version, blah blah stuff like that. And it's like it's just corny to me. Like it's just like I understand like that's where the market is going, and that's where the technology is leading it. But like I said, but it doesn't make it a good thing.
Yeah, I think the technology of it. I feel like so many companies now they're trying to it's funny because like they do push games back left and right, but it's like they want to get the first word out, right? So they can put out the teaser trailer, get the buzz going, and then but they know the game ain't ready, which could they have to push the game back, and then they'll rush the game out, like you said, and put that day one patch on it, then they'll have to patch a bunch of stuff. But then at the end of the day, they're still getting the revenue from it, so then they just do it again and again. But then you also got companies who literally will sit there and be like, yo, yeah, I need to, like, again, we covered it on the show. They're now starting to push back on things like Game Pass, saying like, yo, yeah, I need to buy these games at full price. And it's like, it's a quarter of a game, but you want us to pay full price for it. It's like, and another thing I have with the industry that I want to get your thoughts on is the fact that we have things like Summer Games Fest, right? We have things like E3 of the past is no longer a thing. And the reason why it died was because Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo stopped going. And because they wanted to do their own thing, which is fine. But in doing some digging, I realized that it's like they would pull out of shows whenever they stopped winning awards. Like I remember when It Take Two won Game of the Year. It's an indie game. And people, and I think it was Microsoft that was like, you know, we support indie games, but come on, man. Like, and then they backed out. And then they did their own indie show, which It Takes Two was featured in. I think that's the kind of wild part. And it's like it's cool to do your own thing. And like I love the Nintendo Directs and the state of plays and the showcases as well. But I feel like those days of whether it's the magazines that we grew up on or whether it was like G4 watching like what the industry is doing, I feel like everything's become so behind the wall, like behind the glass, that it's like we don't really know what they're doing. Like Grand Theft Auto, like we speculated on that game for what, about a good 6 years before we heard anything about it. Yeah. Like Grand Theft Auto, we gave us his time, but we didn't hear anything about it really until last year. And then now it's gotten pushed back twice since we saw that trailer 4 months ago. It's like a lot of these, like, I don't know, man. Like, I definitely agree with you that the industry is on the downturn. I feel like they're making more money than ever, and that's not always a good thing, right? like that's not always,
It's like it's definitely not like a good thing because it's like it depends on what they do with that money, and then we're starting to see what they want to do with that money with all these layoffs. They're like, okay, cool, we're starting to like get all this money, thanks. Now go away. And like, well, we pocket more of this money like in profit. And like it's I get it, like, okay, you're a multi-billion dollar company, blah blah, you need to maintain that and stuff like that, blah blah, whatever. But it's not good for gaming because like basically you're closing all of these studios now. So now like so now you close the more studios you close, the less studios there are to make games. They like to make different diverse games. So you're like now it's like it's kind of like it's funny. It's kind of like how like in like nature. Because like there was a scientific paper that came out a couple years ago. It's like basically like the gist of it is everything is evolving into crabs. Whereas like where a lot of the animals that we identify as crabs aren't actually crabs. They just look like crabs because like that's just how they evolved. Like for instance, like in the Alaskan king crab is not an actual crab.
Gotcha.
Like, facts, but that's how I feel like the game industry is going. It's like everything is starting to like get really, really monotone and generic, and it's like going into one thing. It's all going like now, like I mean, think about it. Like as cool as like the battle royale was, like the PUBG. Everything is all the first person shooters are battle royales now. To the point now where Halo didn't do a battle royale, and we were like confused as to why they didn't do a battle royale. So it was like Call of Duty's doing a battle royale, PUBG. For Fortnite, you know, it's like stuff like that. It's all just merging in the battle royale. So it's like everything is starting to look the same, and because like we're getting less and less like a little less diverse developers and storytellers, and like so we're getting less and less diverse games,
right?
like, and yeah, it's just like and it's sad to see, 'cause like I said, like yeah, I feel like we definitely are in like in the dark age right now.
Yeah, and hopefully it pulls out of it. I just, who knows, man. Like when you start making the type of money that they're making, you got publishers buying up everything, right? It's like the great acquisition age. Everybody's buying up everybody. Apple's still talking about if they're going to get into the gaming industry. At this point, I'm actually hoping they might, because it could shake some stuff up, because they got the money. They got the money to pay. So like at this point, I'm kind of hoping they do, not because I think they could put out some monster console or anything like that, but it could shake stuff
Google
up.
tried.
Yeah, right.
Google tried. So I mean, like
it
got to the point where like they was trying to give away Stadias for free, and I was like, no thanks, man.
Right,
like, like no thanks. You couldn't I wouldn't take it for free.
I mean, I would have loved if Sega, like, just as an example, I would have loved if Sega didn't go under and they were still a powerhouse. The Dreamcast sold millions and millions, and Microsoft still entered the market. It was easy for us to accept because we had Nintendo and Sony. Sega dropped out. Here come Microsoft, and now we still got the three, right? It would have been interesting to see what happens with Microsoft, basically, but that didn't happen. But Christian said the gaming. Go.
No, I was just like piggybacking on like what you were saying. It was like, yeah, like I kind of want like the YouTube channel alternate history. Now I want the alternate history version of if Sega didn't go under, and say the big three is a big four. Like I would like to see how that is.
Absolutely. Christian said the gaming industry is like parents who use bribing as a tactic. Buy this now, and if you behave, we'll give you a treat later.
Exactly.
Like, it's absolutely crazy. Project Lex, what's good, bro? He said, I wish the industry would just go back to the love of video games and not this microtransaction stuff it is nowadays. Like, yo, like I said, I remember me and Wave, we had a convo about how much would we pay for video games, right? Could it go from 70 to 150? And like I told Wave, like, a lot of games you actually pay 150, you just don't realize it. You know what I mean? You pay the 70 up front, and you just keep paying.
City Skylines is like that. Like City Skylines is a good game, but it's unplayable without all the DLCs. And if you get all the DLCs, you're paying. It's probably about a $200 game.
Bingo.
Like if you're paying full price for the DLC.
He said any talks on X Defiant just dropped today, so I have not had a chance. We have not had a chance to play it yet. Gamer Live Look, who's in the chat, he did play it, so we'll probably have. I'll definitely get to it next week because I definitely want to play. I've also Hellblade 2 also dropped today. I don't know if you playing that as well, bro, but whatever. Shout out to Gary Luna, Ryan Sauter, who's checking out the show. Tim Moore as well. All right, let's get to the spin wheel, man. You ready?
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
The negative talking is. Let's get to it. Appreciate y'all as always rocking with us. It's time for some fun with the spin wheel.
Go.
If you're new to the show, put your answers in the chat to these questions. Is gaming addictive? How can I tell if I'm becoming addicted? I remember I pulled this question from a news article where basically people were saying, we're talking about some folks who are old, but they were saying gaming is just as addicting as gambling, just as addicting as drinking, and it's becoming a problem. The whole stereotype of the kids in the house, right? Won't leave the house. All they do is play video games. They don't want to work. They don't want to do anything. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm not gonna say it can't, because I'm sure you can go online, Google, and find, tons of cases. But I feel like it's way overblown. I feel like it's not like gambling. It's not like drugs. Like I get why people say that, but I think what's happening is in this industry is like people play video games as a release, whether it's a release, and I know you could say the same thing about gambling, whatever, but as a release from stress, they had a long day at work, they stressed out with family issues, they could turn on the game and have fun. It's like watching a movie or something. I guess if you start putting away if you start spending money, all the money you got on games, you lose your house, your apartment, then yeah, you got a problem. But I never really saw it from that standpoint of like it's addictive. What's your thoughts on that?
I think it is addictive. Like,
Okay.
but it's like, yeah, it can definitely, but addictive, like not in a particularly like a super like bad way, like oh, I'm addicted to alcohol or stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, but there are people who go crazy over, like, especially like when Warcraft like, came out, stuff like that. People were like basically like not getting up from the computer, like, because they wanted to play it all day, like peeing and Mountain Dew bottles and shit. Like, so it's like
Okay.
yeah, I mean, like that is definitely like the addictive side to it, and it's like, yeah, like it's like in the harmful side. But yeah, but it's I mean, like I would say, like, yeah, like we're addicted to video games. I mean, like, look, we're sitting here talking about video games on this show, like with people in the chat, like that also love video games like that. We've been playing video games basically all our lives. I mean, like,
Right.
like, honestly, that's an addiction. I'm like, yeah, sure, we could say, oh, I can stop anytime I want to, but we won't. Like, well, we won't. So yeah, so,
All right, I got you. Yeah, like I guess from that standpoint, I get it. But I guess like because I always see it from a negative standpoint, right? It's always like, oh, like I'm like, yo, that's not. A lot of people just play video games because it's fun, man. It's like watching a movie or come on watching Saturday Night Live on a Saturday night. It's like just something you do. Like I'm sure a lot of us, we going to work, we still going to work, right? We still getting up, taking showers and stuff like that. It's not like, but like you said, you did bring up a good point when the World of Warcraft phenomenon was going on, where people literally was not doing those things. They were losing their jobs and not caring. Like, so just said, why is this worded like a 12-step leaflet? You could blame CNN for that one. Christian said it can be if it's something you think of nonstop, but I don't think there's been a game that's been addictive in a long time. That's also touching upon the industry, right? Like it's kind of hard to be addicted to games with the games that's been getting put out lately. But let's jump to the next one.
Go.
What's a gaming trope you can't stand?
A gaming trope I can't stand. I think you go first. Like I gotta think about that.
One that I can't, especially now. Like before, it was never a problem. I can't stand button mashing no more. Whether like test your might. Whether test your might, and now I feel like a lot of games got it where there'll be a cutscene and it'll be like tap triangle repeatedly. Like, it's like, all right, bro, like, nah, I'm good on this. Like MK1, it killed me with the test your might. I didn't even know at the time you could turn that off. If so, I
didn't know that either.
Yeah, like,
I didn't know that either.
You could just skip that and not even have to do it. But like, there was a few in that game. I'm like, yo, like this is ridiculous. So like those button mash sequence, because they even got it in the wrestling games now where you gotta like button mash it. I'm like, I'm good on that.
Yeah, that's wild, man. Like I think like the gaming trope is like that I can't stand is I would say insane difficulty spikes.
Okay.
Like it's like if you're gonna make a hard game, a challenge game, like a Soulsborne like that, go ahead and do that. But if you want to make an easy kickback game, go ahead and do that too. But don't be in between where it's like, okay, this is real easy, and then now it's not, and you're gonna spend like 20 minutes on the same part because all of a sudden it got hard out of nowhere. It's like it kind of gives you like whiplash, like it's like with the tone, like don't be in between, like you got to pick one or the other.
I feel that. Miles Moran said, controls are too expensive for the button mashing. Like, yeah. That's another thing. These controls being 50, 60, 70, sometimes 200 with the elite joints, the
Elite,
150. Yeah. So, like, nah, I feel you on that, bro. 100%. Let's get to the next one. Real quick, it just popped up. Just said, not really sure if this counts as a trope, but I can't stand when a plot starts off too quick with poorly built characters.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, Battlefield is notorious for that, to be honest. Shout out to them, I guess. Question we got is, what is the longest amount of time you sat playing a game nonstop?
Probably like I would say at least about 4 or 5 hours playing like games like Rock Band. Like,
that's a go.
Like Rock Band. I was playing that like all day and all night. So I want to say more probably more than five hours for that game, because it's one of those games like okay, I'm gonna play the set list and stuff like that. Next thing you know, it's like 2 in the morning. You know,
so. Especially was it Rock Band 3? We first started having the DLC store. We just started downloading songs in game. That's a good one. Was that Rock Band 2 with the never ending set list? I think it was.
No. I think the first game had the never ending set list. Like it was the first game, and now they all do.
But yeah, I mean, for me personally, I mean, it gotta be probably like Rock Band's a good one, but I'm not gonna copy that answer. Probably just like some of the days, like Christmas Eve stuff, waiting for Christmas next morning, playing Madden. Like, I mean, there's been times I ran through an entire franchise of Madden, and each of those games back in the day took 40 minutes. So probably a good 5-6 hours to just run through a franchise, not simulating a single game. I also put a lot of time in on Rainbow Six Siege, and that was one of those games playing online that you start playing, 8-9 p.m. and then next thing you know it's 4 o'clock in the morning, and you effed up because you're like, I got to get up in the morning, Halo 3 was another one you put in,
of course,
crazy amount of time. Just said probably 3 to 4 hours straight. I don't know if I could do that now. I'm sure there's games that I could probably hour or two, but 3 to 4 hours straight, I probably regret that.
I got stuff to do.
Christian said when Final Fantasy VIII came out, I remember playing about 5 straight hours and just getting lost into it. Especially like I said, new games. And this next thing that he said, in the last Animal Crossing game, definitely had to do for hours on end.
Honestly, I don't even count that anymore, man, because it's like Animal Crossing is basically it's like if you don't have at least 200 hours on your game, you ain't play it right. Like it's one of those games where it's like, look, man, you're gonna spend all your time on this game, like, because it's a job. It's a job.
Yeah. All right, yo, let's get to the next one. We'll do like 2 more, then we'll get out of here, man. Appreciate y'all time on this Tuesday night or Wednesday afternoon.
Wednesday morning.
How do you decide which new games to try? So, Tokyo Swift, one of the things we talk about on the show, as you well know, is like the backlog of games that we got to play, right? And it's like what games can jump the line, what can't. How do you decide that?
Basically, like what game I'm in the mood for right now. If I really want to play a shooter game, then it's probably going to be a shooter. If I want to play like a single player, like a adventure type game or RPG, it's going to be that, or a fighting game, it's going to be that. So it's basically, but what takes precedence is I would say like brand recognition. Like if there's a bunch of new games coming out, but it's a game like a Mortal Kombat. Like when Mortal Kombat 1 came out, like that for me, I've been playing Mortal Kombat since the start. That is a showstopper for me. So I'm like,
it skips the line.
Everything, it skips the line. Oh, when MLB Show came out, it skips the line. Stuff like that. So like basically like everything else like just like has to fall all back to like what franchises that I usually play the most. Those are always going to skip the line.
Yeah, so similar thing for me. Sometimes I will just browse the store and like, okay, that looks good, especially Game Pass, but that looks cool. I'm gonna check it out. But like basically like you said, for wrestling game drop, I'm probably gonna check it out first. MLB The Show is the same way. I'm not too high on Madden no more. The college football game will get my attention. Something like that where it's coming back or it's something brand new, I'll check that out. But a lot of these games that come out yearly now, it's like even a wrestling game, I wasn't as high on this one as I was the last few years. But when they took that year off, it piqued my interest again. So whenever there's something where you could tell that they've been doing work on it, cool. But it's like I said, it's kind of hard to trust it now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's kind of hard to trust that now. But Christian said, whatever Pastor Six tell me to check out. Hey man, I appreciate that. Like,
go check out another Crash Treasure, man. I need some other people to play alongside me. Cause it's like I was saying, like in the beginning of the you get an achievement every time you beat a boss. So like the last boss I beat is only like 4% of players like got that achievement. So
right.
Either enough people ain't playing the game or enough people ain't getting far enough in the game. So
just said the way the industry been lately, watching an exciting trailer and wait 3 years. That's exactly what happened to me with Hellblade. Like, they showed that same trailer 4 different times, which is crazy.
Yeah.
All right, yo, let's do one more rapid fire and then we'll get out of here.
Let's go.
Appreciate your time. Let's go. Why do people like streaming, watching others? We actually had this question on the show with Wave. Let's skip that. Going right to the next one. Best 3D Mario game. What you got?
Off the top of the head, not even thinking about it. Galaxy.
I'm gonna go Galaxy 2 actually. Yeah, because I just played through it, so Galaxy 2 is fire. Yeah, I think both of those are underrated because everybody goes from 64 to Odyssey, but like I think both of those two are heavily underrated. But yo, that's all the time we got for this show. Appreciate you, Tokyo Surf, filling in for Wave. Hopefully, Wave's game went well. Yeah, man,
bring the chip home.
Word. Appreciate y'all in the chat as always for checking us out. And we'll catch y'all next week. We out. Peace.